Hello everyone, in this video we will be solving Nssb CASE 2023 paper. So let's start with the first question. Who among the following was a political mentor of Gandhiji? So it was Gopal Krishna Gokhale. He was the political mentor of Gandhiji. Now here are some points of Gopal Krishna Gokhale. So you go through these points. These are some of the important points for exam. Some of the things that you have to remember is that in the year 1905 he formed the Servant Society of India, okay, and then he started the English weekly newspaper, the Hitavada, which means the people's paper, and then he founded the Ranada Institute of Economics in the year 1908, and in the year 1916 Gandhi, he dedicated a book in Gujarati as a veneration to Gokhale titled Dharmatma Gokhale, okay. So these are some of the points. Here are also some points for Dadabhai Naoroji and Sri Aurobindo. So regarding Dadabhai Naoroji, something that you have to know is that he is known as the Indian Gladstone, the grand old man of India, and the unofficial ambassador of India. Okay, he was the first Indian member of the British Parliament when he was elected to the House of Commons in the year 1892, and then he formed the London Indian Society in the year 1865, and he founded the East India Association in the year 1867, and he became the president of the Congress Party 3 times, that is in the year 1886, 1893, and 1906. And he published a book called Poverty and Un-British Rule in India in the year 1901. And he was the first to attempt to calculate the national income of India, okay. And in the pre-independent India, he was the first to discuss the concept of poverty line. So these are some of the important points of Dadabhai Naoroji. So regarding Sri Aurobindo, you can go through the points given here. So regarding next is Bal Gangadhar Tilak. So he is commonly known as Lokmanya Tilak, okay, and he belonged to the extremist faction. He is also called the father of Indian unrest, okay, so this is important. And he was called the maker of modern India by Mahatma Gandhi, and then the father of Indian revolution by Jawaharlal Nehru. He was one of the founders of the Ferguson College in Pune, and he gave the slogan, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. He published 2 newspapers, okay, so this is important. The Kesari newspaper was published in Marathi language, and then the Maratha language was published in English language. So this is also important, this line. Along with Bipin Chandra Pal and then Lala Lajpat Rai, okay, he was called the Lal Bal Pal trio of the extremist leaders. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, along with Annie Besant, Joseph Baptista, and Muhammad Ali, founded the All India Home Rule League movement in the year 1916. And then some of the important books are Gita Rahasya and Arctic Home of the Vedas. These 2 books are important. And he also started 2 Indian festivals, that is Shivaji Jayanti in 1895, and then the Ganesha festival in 1893. Next question, which of the following incident is correctly matched with the year? So Gandhi Irwin Pact is correctly matched because Champaran movement, it was held in the year 1917, okay, and then the peasants movement in Kedah, it was held in the year 1918, and then the peasant movements in Bardoli, it was held in the year 1928. So here there are some short description given, so you can go through these points. So you can go through this one. The distribution of legislative power in the Indian Constitution. So that is union list, concurrent list, and then the state list. Next question, which one of the following subject does not come under the union list? So education, it does not come under union list, it comes under the concurrent list. So these are some of the pointers that will be helpful for exams. This union list and state list was borrowed from the Constitution of Canada, but concurrent list was borrowed from the Constitution of Australia, okay. There are 100 subjects in the union list, and then there are 61 subjects in the state list. There are 52 subjects in the concurrent list, and then 7th schedule contains the union, state, and concurrent list, okay. And then 5 subjects were transferred from the state list to the concurrent list by the 42nd Amendment Act. So the 5 subjects were education, forest, waste and measures, protection of wild animals and birds, administration of justice. And by the 88th Amendment, it added new subject in the Union list called as taxes on services. Next question, the layer of atmosphere which contains ozone layer is, so it is stratosphere. So stratosphere contains ozone layer. So this is the Earth atmosphere, troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. Under troposphere, you will see the clouds and then the air balloons. In stratosphere, you can see the ozone layer. In mesosphere, you can see the aurora borealis and meteorites. In thermosphere, you will see the satellites, and in exosphere, you will see rockets. Next question, the Goods and Service Tax Act of India came into effect from, so it came into effect from 2017. So this GST Act was passed in the Parliament on 29 March 2017 and it came into effect on 1st July 2017. So the dates are important. According to this question is from Current Affairs. So according to the latest report of Human Development Report, India ranks 134th in Human Development Index. Okay, and then this Human Development Index, it is published by the UNDP. So these are some of the India's rank in various indexes. You always have to be updated of the rankings, okay, because this one it changes yearly. So you can go through these points. Next question, who among the following was the leader of East India's Company army against the forces of Siraj ud Dowlah at Plassey in 1757? So it was Robert Clive. Question number 8, in which of the following language the Allahabad pillar inscription was composed by Hari Sena? So it was in Sanskrit. Hari Sena was a court poet of Samudragupta. Okay, so you have to know this one. And then he was the 4th century Sanskrit poet. So this is also important. Prayaga Prashasti is Samudragupta's inscription found in Allahabad and it was authored by Hari Sena. Question number 9. Which of the following constitutional amendment is known as anti-defection amendment? So it is 52nd Amendment. Defection means when a member of a political party, they try to leave the party and then joins another party or become independent. Okay, so that is known as defection. So this anti-defection law in India, it was enacted in the year 1985 through the 52nd Amendment Act of 1985 as a part of the 10th schedule of the Constitution of India. This law, it aimed to prevent or discourage the defection by imposing penalties on politicians who switch parties or otherwise violate party discipline. Okay. The 61st Amendment Act of the Indian Constitution, it talks about the reduction of the age, that is from 21 to 18, okay, for the elections of the Lok Sabha and the State Legislative Assembly. And then the 44th Amendment Act, it deals with the abolition of right to property. So this one is very important. So you have to know the amendment, okay, which deals with the abolition of the right to property as a fundamental right. And then it was made during the period of Prime Minister Morarji Desai. And then this right to property, it was removed from the list of the fundamental article, okay, and it was made as a legal right under Article 30A. So this amendment is important, the articles are important, okay. And then the 42nd Amendment, okay, it added 10 fundamental duties to the Indian Constitution. This 42nd Amendment Act 1976 is also known as a mini constitution. So you can remember this. Question number 10. Under which of the following article of Indian Constitution the Supreme Court have the power to review any judgment pronounced or order made by it? So it's under Article 137. So Supreme Court of India, it is the highest court in India. So the articles from 124 to 147, Part 5 of the Constitution, it deals with the organization, independence, jurisdiction, powers, and procedures of Supreme Court. So you can go through these articles. Question number 11, it is also from Current Affairs. So according to the latest report, okay, Switzerland has been ranked as number 1. The Narora nuclear power project is in the state of Uttar Pradesh. The world's first oil well was drilled in Pennsylvania. The market value of all the final goods and services produced in the country during a year is called as the gross domestic product. Per capita income means the total national income divided by the total national population. It gives you the per capita income. So Nagaland was first connected to railway lines. It was in the year 1903. And then after 100 years of gap, we got the second railway station, that is from Nansari to Shokobe village. Next, the Kinni is the folk wrestling style of the Nagas, okay? So this 17, this is also from current affairs. So as per 2024, okay, G20 took place in Brazil in the coastal city of Rio de Janeiro. Next question, in which of the following year did the British invaded the Naga region for the first time? So they invaded the Naga region in the year 1832. The type of clouds which looks like a cotton wool. So cumulus clouds, they look like a cotton wool. The largest concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere is, so it is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the largest contributor to global warming as well as for ocean acidification. Who was the chairman of the committee formed by the central government to examine the feasibility of holding simultaneous elections for the Lok Sabha, state legislative assemblies, municipal committees, and then panchayat across the country? So it was Ram Nath Kovind. The name of the rover, this is from current affairs, so I don't think so they will repeat this question. Next, the force exerted by a charged body on another charged or uncharged body is known as, so it's known as electrostatic force. Magnetic force means the attraction or repulsion of force exerted by a magnet, okay, and it is a non-contact force. So you have to know the difference between contact forces and non-contact forces, so it is given here. And then muscular force means it is the physical power exerted by muscles to perform various actions such as lifting, pushing, pulling objects, etc. Next, 24. The vaccine for smallpox was discovered by, so it was discovered by Edward Jenner. Louis Pasteur, he discovered the vaccine for rabies, and then he also discovered that yeast is responsible for producing alcohol from sugar. And this Louis Pasteur, he is known as the father of modern microbiology. Alexander Fleming, this is important. Alexander Fleming, he discovered penicillin, the first antibiotic in the year 1928. The year is also important for this one. And then Albert Calmette and then Camille Guerin discovered the vaccine for TB. John E. Salk discovered the vaccine for polio. Robert Koch, he discovered the bacterium Bacillus anthracis that causes anthrax, a deadly disease in humans as well as animals. Karl Landsteiner discovered blood groups, and then William Harvey discovered the circulation of bloods. Question number 25. The book Planned Economy for India is published by, so it was published by M. Visvesvaraya. Okay, he is also known as the father of economic planning, and then he is also known as the father of engineering in India. So regarding Gunnar Myrdal, you can go through the points. Amartya Sen, you go through the point, like especially for the books that he has written, Home in the World, The Argumentative Indian. These books are important from exam perspective. And then M.S. Swaminathan, okay, he is known as the father of Green Revolution in India, okay, and then he coined the term Evergreen Revolution. Nagaland became the 16th state of India on 1st December 1963. Next question, the high courts in India have power to issue writs to protect fundamental rights under, so that is under Article 2 to 6. There are 5 types of writs, okay, habeas corpus, mandamus certiorari, prohibition, quo warranto. You have to know the meaning of this word, and then you also have to know the purpose of issue, okay, so you can go through this table. Regarding the fundamental rights, okay, it is in part 3 from Article 12 to 35. And then it is fundamental right is also known as the Magna Carta of India and the conscience of the Constitution. So this fundamental rights, it was borrowed from the United States of America. So you have to know from which country it was borrowed. So these are the 6 fundamental rights, okay. From the 6 fundamental rights, the Article 31, okay. This Article 31, which was right to property, now it is made as a legal right under 44th Amendment of India through Article 300A. So this is important. Now, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, okay, he considered the right to constitutional remedy as the heart and soul of the Constitution. In the question, they will ask, like, which article is known as the heart and soul of the Constitution, okay, then you have to go for, like, right to constitutional remedies. Next question, the lines connecting places the lines connecting places have equal pressure. Equal pressure means isobars. Isotherm means having same temperature. Isoheight means having equal rainfall, and isotopes means having same atomic number but different mass numbers are known as isotopes. Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, and Rajguru, they were executed in the year 1931, okay, in March 23. So this March 23 is also known as the Martyrs' Day in India. So this is important. So as you can see here in question number 30, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar considered this right as heart and soul of the Constitution. So it is right to constitutional remedies. The Japanese encephalitis is a viral infection that causes inflammation in the brain. So this Japanese encephalitis is also known as brain fever, okay, and it is transmitted through mosquitoes bites from infected Culex species. Among the animals, okay, pig, they serve as an amplifier animal for Japanese encephalitis. That means that the virus multiplies very rapidly in pigs, okay, and then it increases the concentration several times. So pigs, they serve as an amplifier for Japanese encephalitis. So these are some of the symptoms for JE, that is headache, irritability, sudden fever, nausea and vomiting, stiff neck. A book that helps a record of all the endangered animals and plants is called as Red Data Book. Who among the following is the first ruler of Rashtrakuta? So it was Dandi Durga. Dandi Durga is also known as Dandi Varman, okay? So he was the first ruler of Rashtrakutas. Some of the things that you have to remember is the Kailash temple in Ellora, okay? It was built by the Rashtrakuta king Krishna I, okay? This is important. And then Amoghavasha I, he was the strongest ruler, okay? He was the greatest king of the Rashtrakuta dynasty. In the Burmese chronicle Tazung Yazawin, Naga country is named as Kangse. Who among the following governor general introduced permanent settlement in India? So it was Lord Cornwallis. Which one of the following is incorrectly matched? So we have to find the one that is incorrectly matched. So Theosophical Society, it was founded by Madam H. Blavatsky and Colonel Olcott. Okay, so this one, it's not correctly matched, so option D would be your answer. The Battle of Kikruma took place in the year 1851. In the Battle of Kohima, which was fought in 1944, the commander of the Japanese 15th Army was Lieutenant General Renya Mutagachi. The present ex-official chairman of the Rajya Sabha is, so that is our vice president, that is Jagdeep Dhankar, okay? The ex-official chairman of the Rajya Sabha is always the vice president, okay? So whoever the current vice president is, he is the ex-official chairman of the Rajya Sabha. The members of the Rajya Sabha are elected for the term of, so they are elected for a term of 6 years. So the Parliament of India, it consists of 3 parts, okay? The president, and then the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. So in Lok Sabha, there are 500 and the maximum number is 552 in Lok Sabha, and then in Rajya Sabha the maximum number is 250 members, okay? Out of 250 members, the 12 members are nominated members. That means the president can choose any 12 members from the field of science, literature, etc. Okay, so you have to remember this. In Rajya Sabha, 12 members are nominated members. And then in Rajya Sabha, the Vice President of India, he or she serves as the ex-official chairman of Rajya Sabha, and then the speaker is the head of Lok Sabha. A common musical string instrument played by Nagas is Pettu. Who was the first governor of Nagaland? It was Vishnu Sahe. The first are important, okay, in Nagaland proportion, so you have to know all the first. Next question, the e-Shram portal is a national database for unorganized workers. The first Indian athlete to win gold medal in the World Athletics, this is current affairs, Neeraj Chopra. In human, sound is produced by larynx. The structure which controls the amount of light entering into the eye, it is called as iris. So you can go through all these points. This is a diagrammatic representation of the eye. Okay. So here, the distinct vision for a normal human eye is 25 centimeter, okay? And then this eyeball, it is in spherical shape, and then the diameter is 2.5 centimeter. So you can go through the points. Okay, so when we donate eye, okay, only the cornea part is used, okay, in eye donation. So you have to know that we don't take out the whole eye and then we give it for donation. So only the cornea part is used for eye donation. You can go through all these points, okay, and then the image, it is formed in retina, okay. Which of the following constitutional amendment made by provisions relating to urban local government? So it is 74th amendment. Now 73rd amendment is related to Panchayati Raj institution. 21st amendment is related to the Sindh language being added to our list of languages, that is in the 8th schedule. And then 71st amendment, it is the inclusion of Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali languages in the 8th schedule. Question number 48. The state governor appoints a state finance commission once in every 5 years. This state finance commission, okay, it is also a constitutional body, so you have to know that. The dispute regarding Kuril Island located in North Pacific Ocean is between, so it is between, if you see the map, it is between Russia and then Japan. The LIGO India project aims to detect the gravitational waves from the universe. So this LIGO, the full form of LIGO is Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, okay, and then it is said to be the first mega science project in the field of gravitational waves established on Indian soil. So the next question is, identify the true statements about joint parliamentary committees. So all of the above statements are true. So this joint parliamentary committee, it is set up to examine a particular bill presented before the parliament or for the purpose of investigating cases of financial irregularities in any government activity. So this JPC is an ad hoc body and it is set up for a given period of time and is aimed at addressing a specific issue. So these are the powers and functions of joint parliamentary committee. So you can go through these points. Next question, the Supreme Court has power to advise on matters of public importance and law to the president, okay, and under Article 143. But the advice is non-binding. That means the president is free to follow or not to follow the advice. The World Hemophilia Day is observed globally in, so it is observed globally in April 17th. And then the theme for 2024 is equitable access for all, recognizing all bleeding disorders. So this hemophilia, this is an inherited bleeding disorder, okay, when the blood does not clot as it should. So this can result in spontaneous bleeding and bruising after surgery or other injuries. Next question, the RBI governor, that is Shaktikanta Das, launched dashboard to promote financial inclusion in India is, so that is Antardrishti. So regarding the Jan Suraksha scheme, okay, it is also known as Social Security Scheme, and under this scheme, it comprises of 3 social security schemes, and they are Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, and then Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, and then Atal Pension Yojana, okay. So you have to remember the full forms. So this Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, it is related to accidental death and disability, and then this Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, it is related to offer life insurance cover, and then Atal Pension Yojana, it is to provide pensions for individuals in the informal sector. Now regarding the PMMJ, that is Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, okay, so it is a flagship program initiated by the government of India, and it was launched in 2015, and it was a launch to provide affordable credit to micro and small enterprises. So there are 3 categories of loan under this Mudra scheme. The first one is Shishu, Kishore, and Tarun. So you have to know the amount, okay, for each category. The amounts are important. So the full form of Mudra is also important. So the full form of Mudra is Micro Units Development and Refinance Agency, and this Mudra, it comes under the Ministry of Finance. Next question, the book Stree Purush Tulan, So this book was published by Tarabai Shinde. So this Tarabai Shinde, she was a feminist, okay, of the 19th century India, and then she is known for this work that is Tree Push Tulana, okay, that means a comparison between woman and man. So this pamphlet, okay, this pamphlet is considered as the first modern Indian feminist text. So you can remember this. This Savitribai Phule and Jyoti Rao Phule, their husband and wife. Savitri Rao Phule, she is the first female teacher in India, okay? And then on every 3rd of Jan, India celebrates a special day called as the Savitribai Phule Jayanti to commemorate her legacy and contributions to education and social equality. So she wrote 2 books, that is Kavya Phule in the year 1854 and Bhavan Kashi Subodh Ratnakar in 1892. So both are the collection of her poems. So she wrote a famous poem, Go Get Education. So in the question, if they ask who wrote the famous poem, Go Get Education, it would be Savitri Bai Phule. Now, Savitri Bai Phule and her husband, Jyoti Rao Phule, they opened the first school for women in Pune, in India, in the year 1848. So regarding Jyoti Rao Phule, he was one of the earliest leaders of the non-Brahmin movement, and then the word Dalit for depressed classes were first used by him. So Shetkaryacha, Asud and Gulamgiri was written by him, so you have to know this. And then he started this Satya Shodak Samaj in the year 1873. Okay, so this is important, and this opposed the caste system, child marriage and idolatry. Next question, Rabindranath Tagore expressed the pain and anger of the country by renouncing his knighthood against. So he renounced his knighthood in the year 1919 in the protest of Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, so that means option number C is the correct one. The year is also important. Next, the largest producer of bauxite in India is, so it is Odisha, and in the world is Australia is the largest producer of bauxite. Okay, Chhattisgarh is the leading producer in iron ore, and then Chhattisgarh is the only tin producing state in India. Okay, and West Bengal is the largest producer of rice in India, and China is the largest producer in the world, followed by India. Okay, and Koderma, okay, this is in Jharkhand, and it is the leading producer of mica mineral, and Jharkhand is also the leading producer of coal in India. Next, which port is called the Queen of Arabian Sea? So that is Kochi. So Jawaharlal Nehru Port, it is also known as Nhava Sheva, okay? So it is the largest container port in India. So you have to remember this. And as per the Lloyd's report, this Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust became the India's only port to get listed among the 3rd global container ports. And then the smallest port is Port Blair, which is also the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Chennai Port, it is the 2nd largest container port in India, and it is one of the oldest artificial port of eastern coast. So as of 2024, okay, India has 13 major ports and 217 non-major ports. So which is known as a diamond port, so it will be the Haldia Seaport, okay, in West Bengal. And then Ennore Seaport, that is located in Tamil Nadu, it is India's first corporate port. Next, the Kohima War Cemetery lies on the battleground of, so it lies on the battleground of Garrison Hills. This cemetery was designed by Colin St. Clair Oaks, okay, and then it incorporates the original tennis court into its layout. So the cemetery has 1420 Commonwealth burials of the Second World War and then 1 non-war burial. And this cemetery is maintained by the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, okay, so this is important. And the Battle of Imphal and Kohima was named as the Britain's greatest battle by the British National Army Museum in the year 2013. According to 2011 census, the least populated district of Nagaland is, so it is Longland. Next question, which of the following statement is wrong about the Election Commission of India? So option number 3, that is, it cannot postpone or cancel the election in the country without the permission of the government. So this is wrong, because it can also cancel, okay, or postpone the election. So regarding the Election Commission of India, okay, so it is an autonomous constitutional authority responsible for administering union and state election processes in India. The Part 15 of the Indian Constitution deals with elections and establishes a commission for these matters. So this election commission was established in the year 1950 in 25th Jan. Article 3 to 4 and 3 to 9 of the Constitution deals with the power, function, tenure, eligibility, etc. of the commission and the member. Originally, the commission had only one election commissioner, okay? But after the Election Commissioner Amendment Act 1989, it had made a multi-member body. That means now it consists of one chief election commissioner and two election commissioners. Now the present chief election commissioner is Rajiv Kumar, so this is important. And then the president of India elects the chief election commissioner, okay? So remember that. So these are the key functions of Election Commission of India. So you can go through these points. Next question, which one of the following country has a presidential system of government? So that is Brazil, okay? Along with Brazil, the other countries that follow a presidential system of government are Argentina, Mexico, and then Philippines, USA. Next, who among the following, this is current affairs. So this Ramon Magsaysay Award, okay, it is also known as Asia's Nobel Prize, so you have to remember that. So the 66th Ramon Magsaysay Award 2024, it was awarded to 4 individuals and 1 organization, so you have to know the names, especially you have to know the organization which it was awarded, and then the names. This name is important, Hayao Miyazaki, okay, he is from Japan and he is an anime director. So this is from current affairs, so you have to be updated with the latest one. Next question, this is also from current affairs. So this smart city mission, okay, it was launched by PM Narendra Modi on June 25th, 2015. So this mission, it aimed to improve the quality of life in 100 selected cities by providing efficient services, robust infrastructure, and a sustainable environment. Okay, so Kohima is also a part of the smart city mission. Next, an Arab general, Muhammad Qasim, conquered Sind in 1711. Next question, the Amara Nayaka system was a major political innovation of the it was Vijayanagara Empire. So this empire was founded in the year 1336. So this year is important, and by Harihara and Bukka, okay, they are brothers of the Sangma dynasty. Lord Wellesley devised subsidiary alliance system in 1798. The normal lapse rate of the temperature per 100 mts is 6.5 degrees Celsius. Which one of the following statement is wrong about Coriolis force? So option A is wrong because it deflects the wind to the right direction in the northern hemisphere, okay, not in southern hemisphere. And then the rest of the points are all correct. So this Coriolis force, okay, it is an apparent force caused by the Earth's rotation. So the Coriolis force is responsible for deflecting the winds toward the right direction in northern hemisphere and then towards the left direction in the southern hemisphere. So you can go through this statements. Next, when the moon is farthest from the earth. So when the moon is farthest from the earth, that means it is known as apogee, and then when the moon is nearest to the earth, it is known as perigee. Okay. Next, the primary force that influenced the ocean current is all of the above. In Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, so the maximum loan amount given is 10 lakh. Okay. In India, the monetary policy is implemented by the Reserve Bank of India. In Nagaland, first printing press called Mulung Printing Press was set up in the year 1884. In the northwest, the state of Nagaland is bounded by, so northwest. So this is northwest, right? So this part here in Assam. So you have to be very mindful of the map of Nagaland. Next question, give one word substitutes for the following. So a public notice offering or asking for good or services, etc. It is an advertisement. Journal means it is a daily record of news and events of a personal nature. And analgesia means the inability to feel pain. Unanimous means that everyone in a group agrees or supports something. All plants of a particular area of period of time, so that is flora. Flora means plants, fauna means animals. Fallacy means it is a false belief or an argument that is based on a false belief. Facade means the front of a building, okay, especially a large or attractive one, or a false appearance that makes someone or something seem better than they really are. So that is a facade. Next, a part of the sea or of a large lake enclosed by a wide curve of the sea is called as a bay. So if you can see here, this image here, so it's a picture of a bay. And then a beach is a strip of land covered with sand, shingles, or small stones at the edge of a body of water, especially by the sea between high and low water marks. Gallery is an area of the building that's usually long, narrow, and has a specific function. So from question number 79 to 81, you have to read the given passage and then you have to answer accordingly. You can read and give the answers accordingly. So you can just go through. Next, 82. Select the pair in which the words are related to each other in the same way as the words in the question. So cardiologist, heart. So dermatologist, skin. So from 83 to 85, we have to convert the following sentences from active to passive or passive to active. So the man beat the innocent child. So the innocent child was beaten by the man. Do not disturb me. Let me not be disturbed. The man is climbing the cliff. The cliff is being climbed by the man. From 86 to 88, we have to choose the antonym. So antonym means the opposite word. So illuminate means darken. The opposite of foreign will be indigenous. The opposite of perpetual will be ephemeral. From 89 to 94, we have to read the passage and then fill in the blanks accordingly. So after reading the passage, we have to fill in the blanks accordingly. So you can just go through this one. So from 95 to 101, we have to fill in the blanks with appropriate words from the alternative given below. So the deeper the well, the cooler the water. Savita cooks, okay, in the kitchen every day. A servant is expected to carry out orders of his master. When he woke up, he saw that his bag was stolen. Light travels, okay. Dash his relatives, he invited some of his friends. Besides, a dash person is one who possesses common sense or intelligence. It's sensible. So from 102 to 104, we have to choose the synonym. Synonym means similar meaning. The synonym of damage will be harm. The synonym of conspiracy will be plot. The synonym of deliberate will be intentional. So from 105 and 106, we have to complete the following analogy. Peel, banana, so shell will be nut. So thermometer is used to measure temperature, so barometer is used to measure pressure. Next, convert the following simple sentence in a compound sentence. To add to their troubles, the servant ran away. That means the servant ran away and added to their troubles. Now we have to complete this simple sentence into complex sentence. Our products are sold at a high price. Our products are sold at a price which is high. 109 to 113, we have to read the passage and then answer accordingly. So you can do this one, you read the passage and then you answer it accordingly. So you can go through this. And you can go through this. Now from 114 to 16, we have to arrange the following parts and make into a meaningful sentence. So you can go through this. You can go to 116. So from 117 and 18, we have to convert the direct speech into indirect speech. He said, I am happy. He said that he was happy. Anand said the country passed through a crisis 10 years ago. So Anand said that the country had passed through a crisis 10 years before. Next, 119 to 121. Below are given idioms. So we have to choose the correct one. So to take stock of means to survey. Okay, to be at sea means to be perplexed. Harp on about something means to dwell tediously on the same subject. Next, fill in the blanks with the appropriate articles. A girl is waiting for me. The devil in him begins its misdeeds now and then. The English and the Hindi language have their own merits. From 125 to 127, we have to choose the correctly spelled word. So maintenance, definition, liberty. From 120 to 130, we have to see whether these sentences have error or not. So no country in the world, okay, not of the world. I revenged on Shubha, okay, not, we can, this sentence we can, the correct will be I got my revenge on Shubha, okay. So for 130, the correct one will be C, this one, but still she runs fast. This one is error here. So the next question, Dash fetches the required instruction from the main storage via memory data register and places it in the control instruction register, so that is control unit. Next question, Dash are designed to act as a short-term memory and therefore also known as volatile memory. So we know that RAM is a volatile memory while ROM is a non-volatile memory. So the correct answer is option number C. Now, cache memory, this cache memory is placed between the CPU and the main memory, okay. Now this cache memory, it acts as a temporary storage area that is more readily available to the processor than the computer's main memory source, that is RAM or ROM. And cache memory is faster than random access memory. So what are registers? Register is a tiny fast storage memory within the CPU or the ALU of the computer. ALU means arithmetic and logic unit. So memory is divided into two parts, that is primary memory and secondary memory. And primary memory is divided into RAM and ROM, and then secondary memory, hard disk, CD, DVD, floppy disk. Okay, these are all secondary memories, so you have to know this. Now RAM is divided into SRAM and DRAM. So S means static RAM, DRAM means dynamic RAM, and then ROM is divided into PROM, EPROM, and then EEPROM. Okay, so you have to be aware of the full forms also. Next question, what are the different views available in a PowerPoint presentation? So these are all the views that is available. So if you see this image, okay, so these are the presentation views that is available in MS PowerPoint. So the next question, in a PowerPoint presentation, okay, so in reading view, you will see a single slide, but it appears on screen with the view buttons and with the buttons for moving quickly from slide to slide. So bandwidth of a channel is the range of frequencies, okay. Next, in circuit switching, okay, before a communication starts, a dedicated path is identified between the sender and the receiver. So what is switching? So switching is the process of transferring data packets from one device to another in a network, or from one network to another using specific devices called switches, okay. So a switch is a hardware device in a network that connects other devices like computers and servers. So switch network is divided into three parts: circuit switch network, packet switch network, and message switch network. And then packet switch is further divided into datagram network and virtual circuit network. So this message switch network, okay, this has become obsolete, okay. So here are the brief descriptions given for each definition, so you can just go through this. Next question, in Dash, a page is turned on its ear so that it is wider than its tall, and you have room for more table columns in MS Word, so that is landscape mode. So in Excel, okay, the term for files you create is called as workbook. In the Dash, nodes share a single link or a communication channel somewhat similar to a multiplex microcomputer bus structure. So that is a multi-drop topology, okay. So network topology, it refers to how the devices in the computer are connected. Okay, so these are some of the network topologies. So you can go through this: point-to-point topology, bus topology, ring topology, star topology, tree, mesh, hybrid. Okay, so these are some of the network topologies. Next question: network used to interconnect computers in a single room or rooms within a building or buildings one side are normally called as local area network. So this LAN, MAN, and WAN, they are the three major types of network that are designed to operate over the area they cover. So the major differences is the geographical area they cover. Okay, so LAN covers the smallest area, and then the next is MAN, and then WAN, it covers the largest area. So you have to know the full form, and then you have to know the range. Okay, so for LAN, it covers up to 2 kilometers. For MAN, that is metropolitan area network, it covers a range of 5 to 50 kilometers. And then wide area network, it covers range above 50 kilometers. There are also other types of computer networks like PAN, SAN, EPN, VPN. So VPN full form is a virtual private network. So you have to know the full forms. And then for PAN, okay, it covers less than 10 meters or 33 feet of area. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So in the Uniform Resource Locator, which is a domain name, so this is a domain name, .org, .in, .com, these are all domain names. 143, a dash consists of a stiff copper wire as the core, which is surrounded by an insulating material, so that is a coaxial cable. Dash necessitates the transmitter and the receiver to be aligned in a straight line without interference, so that is microwave transmission. Next question, the dash file in an ASCII, that is American Standard Code for Information Exchange, file that contains a series of DOS line commands which will be invoked in sequence automatically at startup is this one, autoexec.bat. Okay. Next question, in MS Word, to dash, press the enter key twice after typing the last entry in the list, so that is ending a list. DOS stands for disk operating system. So dash is a gentler and often quicker because the computer stays powered on during the procedure, so that is warm boot. Okay, so cold booting and warm booting, they are the two methods of restarting a computer. Okay, now when you turn on a computer, okay, after the computer has been shut off, it is known as cold booting. Okay, and then when you restart or reset the computer, it is known as warm booting. So warm booting is much quicker as compared to cold booting because the computer is already on. Next, in Excel, dash means to turn the text down to the next line, much the same way as the text in a paragraph runs to the next line when it reaches the right margin. So that is warping. In Excel, long date has dash format. So this has the format, okay, for long date in Excel. So if you see this is the short date format in Excel, and this is the long date format in Excel. So dash are used as general purpose calculations, industrial control, instrumentation, home appliances, commercial equipment control, office automation. So that is microcomputers. Okay, so mainframe computers, they are very large. Okay, and then they are used for critical applications requiring high volumes of data processing. So they are referred to as high performance computers and have huge amounts of memory. So this mainframe computers, it is mostly used in railways, bankings, etc. Okay, and then the first mainframe computer was developed by a Harvard scholar named Howard Aiken, and it was built by IBM. Mini computer, so mini computer is a mid-range computer that is intermediate in size, power, speed, storage capacity. So it lies between a mainframe computer and a microcomputer. Okay, so the first mini computer was PTP-8, so this is important. So regarding the supercomputers, so they were introduced in the year 1906 as the world's most advanced computer. So a supercomputer is a very powerful computer that can process a large amount of data and computation very quickly. So the speed of supercomputer is measured in flops. So flop stands for floating point operations per second. And then supercomputers are also known as number crunching. Okay, so supercomputers are used for complex tasks such as weather forecasting, climate research, scientific simulation, oil and gas exploration, quantum mechanics. So the first supercomputer in the world is Cray 1. Okay, you have to know notice. And then India developed the first supercomputer named Param 8000 in the year 1991. So Param is an acronym for parallel machine. As of 2024, okay, El Capitan is the world's fastest supercomputer developed by HP Enterprise and AMD. In the option, if you don't see El Capitan, then your answer should be Frontier. And then as of 2024, Erawan, okay, Erawan is the fastest supercomputer of India, and it is installed at CDAC in Pune. So Dash is the supercomputer developed by India, so that is Param 1000. Next, in MS Word, a Dash list is a list with subordinate entries, so that is a multi-level. So multi-level list is also called as nested list, okay. Next question, Dash is a point around which or against which text is formatted in MS Word, so that is tab stop. So tab stop in Microsoft Word, it is a position we set for placing and aligning text on page, okay. So in Word, okay, by default, tab stop of every ½ inch is placed, and then the different types of tab stops are left tab, center tab, right tab, decimal tab, and bar tab. So these are the different types of tab that you have to know. In Excel, Dash, a text function, is useful for combining values from different cells into a single cell. So that is concatenate. In a PowerPoint, Dash are the pre-formatted slide. Okay, so the pre-formatted slides are called as slide layout. So you can see this. So these are pre-formatted slides. Dash refers to the submission of both data and computer programs to a remote computer for processing. So that is remote job entry. This remote job entry is also known as remote batch. www stands for World Wide Web, and then it was invented by Tim Berners-Lee in the year 1989. So OneDrive saves the file automatically. Next, Dash is a short-range wireless technology that can be used to connect mobile phones, mouse, headphones, keyboards, computers, etc. So that is Bluetooth, and then Bluetooth was invented by Job Hartstein. URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier, okay, and then URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. Conversion of the domain name of each web server to its corresponding IP address is called as domain name resolution, and this process is performed by DNS, okay, so that is domain name server. So you can go through these points: Telnet, file transfer protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, point-to-point protocol. ISP stands for Internet Service Provider. So in a PowerPoint presentation, Dash refers to how and where two or more colors grade or blend. So colors grade or blend, okay, in PowerPoint means it is gradient. We're talking about gradient in this question. So these are all first generation computers, okay. If you see the year, okay, first generation, second generation, you have to know the years, okay. So, and then the major innovation that was involved. So in first generation, we use vacuum tubes. Second generation, we use transistors. Third generation, we use integrated circuits. Fourth generations, we use large scale integrated circuits, and then very large scale integrated circuits. And then in fifth generation, we use ultra large scale integrated circuits, okay. So these are important. So if you just see the years, from the years, we will know that these are all first generation computers. Next question. The term operating system came into widespread use in the late 1950s. So the first operating system was created in the early 1950s, okay, and it was known as GMOS. So operating system, it is a set of programs which controls the computer working, and it is a lower level software, okay. So operating system is the best example of a system software, and some of the examples of operating software are Linux, Microsoft Windows, and all, okay. So the first operating system, okay, that was written in C language, okay, it was Unix, okay, and it was developed by Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie. And then Linux, it is an open source multitasking multi-user operating system. Next question. The term Dash, when used with computers, means start up or start. That is a bootstrap. Next question. ODBC stands for Open Database Connectivity. Dash had integrated transistor circuits having high. So we know the third generation have integrated circuits. Next question. So we have to read the graph, and accordingly we have to answer the question. Okay, so the graph is given. So in this question, we have to find the ratio of savings, okay, if the expenditure of family B and C is same. So let's consider that the expenditure of both the family and B and C as E, okay, because they are same. So for family B, according to the graph, the expenditure is given as 40% of income, okay? But we don't know the amount of income, right? They have only mentioned the expenditure and savings, and then they have given the condition that expenditure is same. So 40% of income will, if you write it, so it will be 40 by 100, right? So it will give you 0.4. So expenditure you will get as 0.4. Now you have to find the value of I, okay? So to find the value of I, if E equal to 0.4 I, to find the value of I, it will be E by 0.4, right? Because we will shift this one here. So multiplication becomes division, right? When you transpose. So the value of I, if you solve this one, then you will get as 2.5 E. Okay. Now the savings is given as 60% of income for family B. So 60% of income will be 0.6 I. So we have found the value of I, right? So that is 2.5 E. So just put the value of I as 2.5 E from here. So you will get the savings for family B. Similarly, you do the same thing for family C. That is, expenditure for family C is given as 25% of income, so 0.25 of I. Now from this, you find the value of I. Now after finding the value of I, the savings for family C is given as 75% of income, right? So 75% of income will be 0.75 I. So substitute the value of I for family C, okay? So if you substitute the value, you will get the saving as 3E. Now you have to find this ratio of savings of B to C. So for B to C, so whatever values you have obtained, you just put the values and you will get the answer as 1:2. Next question. So this pie chart is given. So we have to find the difference between the amount spent on house rent and monthly bills. So house rent is 12% and the monthly bill is 22%. So we have to subtract, okay? So this is given in percentage. So we have to find the values, and then the total income is given as 50,000. So for calculation, the amount of house rent is 12% of income, right? So 12% means 12 by 100 into income is given as 50,000. Put the values and then you do the calculation, you will get 6,000. And then the amount of monthly bills is 22% of income. So that means 22 by 100 into the income is 50,000. You will get 11,000. So subtract and then you will get the difference of amount spent on house rent and monthly bills. That is 5,000. So the next question, if 80% of 100 plus root over x equal to 81, then we have to find the value of x. So 80% of 100, so write down the equation, that is 80% of 100 plus root x equal to 81. So 80 by 100 into 100, so you will get cancelled. So you will get 80 plus root over x equal to 81. So 80, if you send this side, then it will be minus, right? Plus becomes minus. So 81 minus 80 is 1. And then we know that this root over, if you shift this side, then it will become square, right? So 1 square will give you 1. So the answer is 1 for this one. Next question, the average of the first 5 prime numbers is, so the average of the first prime number. So what are prime numbers? So prime numbers are those numbers that have only 2 factors, that is 1 and the number itself. So but remember that but 1 is not a prime number, okay? So the average of first 5 prime numbers is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 divided by 5, because we have to find the average, right? So that is 5.6. Next question, if A is to B equal to 1:2, B is to C equal to 3:4, then we have to find the value of A is to C. So from this ratio, okay, A by B equal to 1/2, we will find the value of A. And then from B to C equal to 3/4, we will find the value of C, because the question is telling us to find the ratio of A is to C. Okay, whatever values you get, just substitute the values and you will get the answer as 3/8. Next question, the point 1, this point means this will be x and this will be y, okay, always. So it lies on which of the following. So in this type of question, just put the values of x and y from the given options, okay, and whichever options satisfy the condition, so that will give you the answer. So for question number 176, okay, so option A, in option A, if you put the value of x as 1 and y as 2, you will get -4 equal to -1. So this does not satisfy the condition, right? So this option is wrong. In option B, if you put the value of x as 1 and the value of y as 2, then you will get 5 equal to 5. So this satisfies the condition. So that means option B is the correct answer. What percentage of numbers from 1 to 70 have 1 or 9 in the units place? So we have to find the percentage. So the numbers, okay, from 1 to 70, which has the unit digit as 1 or 9, are this one, okay, 1, 9, 11, 9, 21. Okay, so these are 14 numbers in total, so we have to find the percentage. So that means 14 divided by 70, because there are 70 numbers, right? From 1 to 70 you will have 70 numbers into 100, so you will get the percentage as 20. So the next question, the cost price of 11 pence is same as the selling price of 8 pence. That means cost price of 11 pence will be same as selling price of 8 pence. That means when you are selling 8 pence, then you are getting the cost price of the 11 pence. So that means the profit is 3, right, in this question. So to find the profit percentage, we will use this formula, that is profit divided by cost price into 100. So profit is 3 and then the cost price is 8, and then into 100 put the values, and then you will get the answer as 37.5%. Next question, the LCM of 42 and 36. So LCM is lowest common factor, so just solve this one and you will get the answer is 252. Next question, so in this equation we have to find the value of x. So here always remember that you have to follow the BODMAS rule. Okay, now multiply everything, you will get 126 divided by 7 minus 2 equal to x squared. So first comes division. Okay, don't subtract 7 minus 2 or else your answer will be wrong. So it's 126 divided by 7 will give you 18. 18 minus 2 will give you 16. Okay, and then this square, if you send this side, it will become root over, right, when you transpose. So that means the answer is 4. Next question, so from 81 and 182, statements and conclusions are given, so we have to see whether the conclusions follow or not. So all squares are circled, that means all squares are circled, and then all circles are rectangle, right? So all squares are rectangle, so obviously all squares are rectangle because the square is inside the rectangle, right? Now all rectangles are square. This is wrong because the rectangle is outside the square. So only one follows. Next question, so the statement is given, all gloves are shirts. So all gloves are shirts, and then some shirts are stamped, so that means some shirts are stamped. Just remember that we shouldn't make the figure like this. Okay, this will be wrong. So some gloves are stamps. No, this is not correct, so one doesn't follow. And then some shirts are gloves. Yes, some shirts are gloves, so only 2 follows. Next question, we have to see whether the conclusions follows or not. So if you read the statement, okay, and the conclusion, then neither 1 nor 2 follows. 184, okay, you have to read the statement and then you have to solve this one, so you can do it by yourself. So we have to find the next number in the following series. So you have to find a pattern. So the pattern is 1 into 2 equal to 2, okay, and 2 into 3 is equal to 6. We're multiplying with the prime numbers, okay, so this is the pattern. So you will get the answer as 210 into 11 will give you 2310. So in the next question, you have to find the wrong number in the following series. So that is 3 into 4 will give you 12, and then the next number you have to add by the same number, okay, the one that you multiplied above, okay, you have to add in the next number. Similarly, 16 into 5 will give you 80, and then 80 plus 5 will give you 85, okay, and then multiply and then plus. Okay, so this is the pattern for this question. So 504 is the wrong number here. Next question, clock is related to time in the same way odometer. So odometer is used to measure the distance. So option number C. In a certain code language, so partner is given as this one. So the pattern that you observe from this question is that it is the predecessor of the letter. So before P comes O, right? So OP. So that this is the pattern, okay? So you have to observe the pattern and then solve accordingly. Next question, find the odd number from the following. So 64, 125, 1, they are all square numbers except 2. So this one, statement and conclusion is given, so you can do it by yourself. So the pattern that is observed in this question is sphere is written as backward, okay, so SPHERE. So similarly, exhibition, if you write backward, then your answer will be option number D. Next, observe the problem figure, okay, and then select the one that continues the same pattern. So if you see this one, 1, 1, 2, so that means whatever new pattern comes, it will be in the center, okay, and then it will go like this, and then it goes on like this, like this. So if you see there, the new pattern that emerges is this one. Okay, so it should be in the center. After it should go to this one, like this. Option number C is the correct one. So when you get problems like this, so remember that this side opposite will always be this side. Okay, these two will be opposite to each other, and then this and this will be opposite to this each other, and then this and then this will be opposite to each other. So if you see this square, okay, then this should not be visible. Okay, so this is visible, that's why option A is wrong. Okay, similarly for B, if this circle is visible, then this should not be visible. Okay, so this is also wrong. In option number D, okay, square is visible and then this is not visible, so this is correct. This is visible, so this is not visible, so that's why option number D is correct. Next question. So whenever you come across this type of questions, then you can choose any two positions of the dice where there is one common number. So in this question, you can choose this position number 2 and 3, because here in this position we have 6 common, right? After choosing the numbers, okay, you have to write down the numbers, and then you have to write down the numbers in clockwise direction. So that means 6 3 5 6 3 5, and then this one is 6 4 2. So that means 3 and 4 are opposite to each other, 5 and 2 are opposite to each other, and then the number that is not present is the number that is the opposite of this number. So here it is 1. And another method is that if you take the positions of two dice which have two common numbers, so here 5 and 3, right? So that means the number that remains are the opposite of each other. Okay, so you can also go with this method. So here you have to observe the pattern, so you can do this one by yourself. Next question. Roshan is taller than Hardik, who is shorter than Sushil. Niza is taller than Harry but shorter than Hardik. Sushil is shorter than Roshan. Who is the tallest? So the tallest will be Roshan, okay, for this question. So find the odd pair. So if you see this is 5, this is 5, this is 5, only this doesn't have 5, so that's why option A is the odd pair. So find the odd pair here. So this option contains both prime numbers, this option contains both prime numbers, this option contains both prime numbers. This one does not contain prime numbers. 19 is a prime number, but 25 is not a prime number, so the odd pair will be option number D. Next question, 119. Arrange the following words in the logical order. So the logical order means from small to big, big, big. So we know the kilobyte is the smallest, okay, so that means 2 will come first. After that, zettabyte is the biggest, okay, so 1. So this is important. A nibble has 4 bits or half of a byte, and then this table is also important, okay. Now next question and the last question. How many meaningful words can be formed using the letters U, R, E, L? So only 2 words can be formed, that is rule and lure. So this concludes this video. Now if you want to save some time, okay, then the PDF is also available, okay, by clicking on the link, okay, in the bio. You can get the PDF. And also, if you think that this video solutions are helpful, then kindly do share it to your friends. Thank you.